Eyata Om Gate Gate Bharagate Bharasam Gate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Bharagate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata. Okay, I have some small breath flex for all of you here. One by one, you can come. Okay. And also, there's the money pills from Daniel, from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Okay, just come one by one very quickly before we have the class. Come one by one. The breath flex, you know where you put it. You can put it in the room, in your house, on the altar, or say on the door of your house, or in your car, whatever, it's up to you. Yes, here.
Oh. Thanks.
Mary. Catherine Elizabeth. What did you get? Okay. Martin. When? Yes. Yes. When?
Martin.
for that.
Who's going to be going?
Somebody Kalachakra Center.
He comes back on Monday.
Okay, he comes back for another retreat.
Okay, so we can leave it here with Catherine. Yes. So, Gwen, Ola, Martin, Catherine, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Okay, this Om Mani prayer flag, you can put it anywhere you like. On the altar, or at the door, house door, or in your car. Okay. Now, if we turn to the... Okay, now let's turn to the page 1 of the prayer book. Page 1 of the prayer book. We'll see, say, some of the explanations. And then, little time that we're left with, we will do the Bodhicitta, second step. Okay. Are you all with the book? Okay, now it is from what we are reading, and the explanation. From this you are getting more like a summary of what we did thus far, right? Summary. So you will see that all the stanzas, they were said, but the stanzas which we picked up from different sources. Not this one, from the book. Yes. Okay. Okay, so we turn to page 3. We begin from there. So now it is like a summary. What we've learned for us to feel what is real dharma. Right? What is real dharma? The first stanza, which is, okay, you don't need to read. I will read it, and then I will tell you who taught this or who said it. And then also the explanation. From there you will see that what the real dharma is, right? Is so important, because so many people, they say the point is that first they are into dharma because of the karmic connection. They are connected with dharma. They are very closely connected with dharma. Then into the dharma they go the wrong track. They don't really understand what the real dharma is. Then just go into the fantasies like this. And in fact, just recently in Malaysia, there was one lady who was into Dharma, into the Chinese tradition for so many years. And the teacher, very standard teacher, Chinese tradition, I know the teacher so well, very standard. And she is, they say, very interested in so many other traditions. So she was already with that tradition for like 20 years, and that teacher is so good, I know him so well. Then she met with another teacher who claimed to be teacher from Tibet, and so helped her with she was going through difficult times with her mother becoming sick, eventually passed away, and then this person from Tibet who claimed to be teacher came to help her with the funeral. So she was very happy, and she thought that he is someone who is really great. And then, so she told me that, in fact, in her most difficult time, he helped me a lot. And then finally, this person was asking if he can set up a center in that place. And for the center, what that person is asking for, actually asking for a place. And finally, she had the house, and she said, "I'll give you my house." That was more like, say, extra house. She said, "I'll give you." Then she checked with her real teacher if this is all right. And the real teacher said that he already had another center close by, so there's going to be conflict amongst the students. So just see whether it's genuine. And then she held it back, and the person started to say, the nasty things to her. And then she thought that she can communicate well with him through this teacher's, claimed to be teacher's brother. Brother made it even worse. He said, it's terrible. Now you have broken the samaya, broken the teacher-student relationship, broken samaya, you're going to hell realm, all the snakes will eat you from your head, like this. She was so scared, and she told me, is it true that I'll go to hell realm? I said that the real teacher is somebody who has the power to send you to hell realm, is somebody who has so much spiritual power like Bodhicittas, emptiness. If you have these two things, they will not send you to hell realm. Instead of you going to hell realm, they will pull you from this hell realm. Right? Somebody over just a material thing and then become angry means the person is just as ordinary. Just ordinary. Right? Don't have to worry. Right? You don't have to worry at all. Somebody who is sorry realize Bodhisattva, Gate, Gate, Paragate. These people will never talk about material things. Will never ask you if I can get this place, I can give this money, if I can get this. They will never talk about these things, right? If somebody talks like this, okay, maybe somebody may feel that this place may benefit a lot through a center like this. But then, if you cannot give, they will say, okay, no problem. Your happiness is more important than this. Your happiness is more important, right? Don't feel disturbed. You should be happy. You don't want to give the place, it doesn't matter. You should be happy. If the person does not say this, the person is as ordinary, right? Person himself is not at all into this gate. You don't need to worry. So therefore, the mark is you have to know the Dharma well. If you know the Dharma well, then instantly you can make the separate the people. Okay, this person, I thought that he's a good teacher, she's a good teacher, but in actuality, not so much, because more into money, more into this, more money, fame, like this. So whereas this is good, like this. So this is how. Now, the point is not for you to be judgmental of outside. The point is for you to be kind to yourself and be wisely kind to yourself. How? By following the Dharma in its genuine form. For that matter, you have to know the Dharma well. What is a real Dharma? So these stanzas will tell us what is a real Dharma. You getting it? Okay, so it says, first stanza reads, enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. So this is said by Aranyagārjuna. Aranyagārjuna revered as the second Buddha by all the Mahayana practitioners, whether Chinese tradition or the Tibetan tradition, all revere this great saint Aranyagārjuna as the second Buddha. So this is what he said. So now he is praising the Buddha, he is making salutation to Buddha, not for the Buddha having performed miracles, no. Not for the Buddha for performing rituals, no. It's for enthused by great compassion. You are moved by great compassion. This is what Aranyagārjuna is saying. Aranyagārjuna knows that Buddha performed so many miracles. Buddha performed many miracles, but Aranyagārjuna never praised the Buddha for performing miracles. Instead, he praised the Buddha for great compassion. You're getting it? The Bodhicitta which we studied, which we learned. So this is enthused by great compassion. This one quality, with which Aranyagārjuna praised Buddha. One, you taught the Immaculate Dharma. Immaculate Dharma here is the wisdom of emptiness, which is so pure to remove all the defilements. Immaculate Dharma is the wisdom of emptiness. Wisdom of emptiness to dispel all perverted views like self-grasping ignorance. You're getting it? So these two things, to you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. To you, the one who taught this wisdom of emptiness, the Immaculate Dharma, the wisdom of emptiness, through being enthused, moved by compassion. These two qualities are there within you, which make me to make prostrations to you. You're getting it? So this is the meaning. This is real Dharma. Somebody, for example, say in future, so therefore, no Haridulu for teachers, no Haridulu for empowerments. Oh, this empowerment is so rare. Now maybe this is the last empowerment that His Holiness will give, so I have to go there. If I don't get it, we will lose the chance. These are all just how the ordinary people chase after, things. So therefore the point is that His Holiness also makes it very clear that even during the Kalachakra empowerments, what he does is that the announcement was made, advertisement was on Shri Kalachakra empowerment. But what he actually does is teach on emptiness of bodhicitta, right? And actually Shri Kalachakra empowerment, he does it very fast, right? He's so expert in this. How? I don't know how many of you have noticed that, right? Say, first he teaches bodhicitta, visual emptiness, bodhicitta, visual emptiness, like this. Then the empowerment starts. When the empowerment starts, then all these, the protection stream distributed, right? Then the Gueshe grass distributed, and then the blessed water, nectars distributed, and then salt distributed. When salt distributed, then his sons go through the dash route. Those people, I did not get salt. They miss all what his sons going through. Right? He just dash through the actual empowerment. Only those few people, only those out of 100,000 people, only few, maybe 5, 10 people, they will not be here to talk whatever. They will just focus on what his son is saying, right? Just following it. Only few, handful of people will get empowerment. That's it. Others get talk. Others get talk. They don't get empowerment. Some get empowerment. They don't get talk. Right? This is how his son does. So therefore, this is his skillfulness. You're getting it? Okay. So the point is, what I'm saying is that, so this is not how we should follow. If you know the Dharma soul by these, which was set by the giants, Mahayana giants, Bodhisattva giants, and teach by great compassion, you taught the man the Dharma to dispel all perverted views, to do the Buddha Dharma as pay homage. And of course, the fact that we never know. Some are connected with Shri Kalachakra, some are connected with Shri Vajraparama, some are connected with Shri Gueshe Damdul. We never know, right? We never. It is not necessary that only if you are Gueshe or you are very highly accomplished master, then you are connected with Shri Kalachakra. Otherwise, not. That's not true. Anybody can be connected. We never know. Even amongst what we see as ordinary people can be connected with Shri Kalachakra, Shri Gueshe Damdul, like this. But the point what I'm saying is that these foundations, bodhicitta, wisdom, these must be must. These should be must for all who follow these things. So the point is that what's a real Dharma, you have to get it. Once you get it, then you'll be confident. You will not be swayed by the wrong paths. And in fact, Bodhisattva Shantideva, in the mornings, we were reading the stanza 150 down from the wisdom chapter. The correct path to enlightenment is so rare. And the wrong paths are so many, right? So therefore, these stanzas will tell us what is the correct path. Okay, one. Then the next, we go to the next. Okay, when we say, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. So Buddha should be seen as the one who teaches us this refuge. Actual refuge. Buddha is a refuge in terms of the refuge giver. Refuge giver, or the one who teaches us what the refuge is. Dharma is the actual refuge, actual protection. Dharma, say, what refuge do you want? In what way you want refuge? Because I have so much of fear. Somebody should protect me from these fears. I have so much miseries. Somebody should protect me from these miseries. Right? I need somebody to whom I can take refuge. Who's that refuge? The real refuge is the emptiness experience. In this emptiness experience, all the suffering, sickness, aging, death and everything dissolves. You're getting it? You're freed from all the miseries. That is the real refuge, that experience. Now if you can stabilize this experience, then the freedom from the sickness, aging, death and so forth will be stabilized. So that is the real refuge. That is the Dharma. Dharma, in experience of the emptiness, where all the misery is dissolved. Then the Sangha, those who say you be with some people, then you be with some people, you see that you feel like doing Dharma more. You be with some people, then somehow, your Dharma becomes the more distance from you. With some people, somehow it pushes you into Dharma, right? Some people, what happens? Okay, yes, I have this commitment, now I'll do it tomorrow, right? With some people, it happens like this. Some people, you just feel like doing more. Okay, those people, just with the presence of these people, comparing with these people, say in going to Kalachakra Center in Paris, so you feel like doing Dharma more. That is the Sangha, where you do something like 20% or 80%, 40%, 50%, 60%, you do 60%, and then you go into, let's say, then you be with somebody, and then it's from 60, it drops to 50, 40, 30, which means that companion is not good. You're getting it? So, where your Dharma practices become more high quality and more ease, more joy. When that is happening because of the companion with somebody else, with some groups, with some individuals, right? That is the real Sangha. Okay, this is meaning of the Go for Refuge Sangha. Okay. Then the next stanza is very important. The next stanza. Independent origination. There is no ceasing, no rising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going. No separateness, no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the Supreme of all teachers, for one taught this peace, which is freedom of liberation. This is so precious. If you understand this, and if you can meditate on this, whole life you can meditate on this. This stanza is good enough for you to spend whole your life. This is the Dharma, right? Okay. So therefore, the point is that, say, the person should be more and more confident, should become more and more fearless. Because what you don't want is you don't want fear. And you see that there's so much of fear and misery. And then you see that you're more and more fearless, one. And then with what do you want? What do you want?
Happiness.
I want happiness. And happiness should keep growing. Fear keep diminishing. Happiness keep growing. When that happens, this is the real Dharma. You're getting it? So with this understanding, in dependent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the Supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is freedom of liberation. So this will make you become more and more fearless. Right? This will make you more and more fearless. With the Bodhicitta practice, it will make you more and more happy. So these are two things. These are two wings of the Mahayana teachings. Okay, so it says independent origination, which means that the things that we see around, they are all dependently originated. Whether composite phenomena, all non-composite phenomena, permanent, impermanent, they are all dependently originated. Right? Dependent in three ways. Dependent on the causes, or dependent on the paths, or dependent on the designated mind. There's nothing which is not dependent originated. So where things are all dependent originated, there's no ceasing nor arising. So there's mention of the 8 characteristics. 8 characteristics: ceasing, arising, annihilation, permanence, coming, going, separateness, and sameness. 8 characteristics. These 8 characteristics marks our existence. And seeing these 8 characteristics as objectively real, we are thrown into emotions. We are thrown into the tension, stress, anxiety, depression, fear. All these things happen. These 8 characteristics. For example, say of all the 8 characteristics, one which is most prominent is arising and ceasing. Arising and ceasing. Arising and ceasing meaning that say we celebrate a birthday. What is this? Arising of a fresh year for you. arising of fresh year, the past is gone. Okay, past ceases, and now the birthday is the fresh year for you. New year, celebrate New Year. Why? Again, 2018 is arising, 2019 is arising, and the old one is ceasing. Right? So we see that our mind, the new president is elected. Why do we change? And people say change, right? And Obama's the main agenda is what? Change, right? And Trump is saying what? Trump's agenda is what? America, make America great again. Which means that saying that till Obama it was not great, then I will make great, right? I will bring America great. I'll bring great, a rising of greatness. This is how. Say, when the miseries arise, you feel pain. When the happiness arises, you feel happy. When the happiness ceases, you feel sad. When the happiness arises, you are happy. Right? And when you are, say, a new child born, we celebrate. And somebody dies, we feel so much into pain. So, ceasing and arising, that determines almost like 99% of our emotional states. 99 states, the percent of our emotional states, our happiness, miseries, they're all determined by this phenomenon of arising and ceasing. Right? Okay. And yet, how these two things, arising and ceasing, determine our emotion, fear, anxiety, stress, happiness, so forth. Because by seeing them as objectively real. Seeing arising as objectively real, we go into the tremendous excitement of the happiness. And then arising the ceasing as objectively real, the ceasing of the happiness objectively real, we go into tremendous fear, unhappiness, stress, and so forth. So these two things seem objectively real. So Aranagarjuna says that independent origination, there is no ceasing or arising. Meaning that when you subject the ceasing and arising, tell me, ceasing and arising, do they exist? Do they exist? Yes, it says. It says no ceasing, no arising. So this no arising, no ceasing is with respect to the ultimate analysis. Right? It's not just conventional analysis. Conventionally they exist, but in ultimate analysis they don't exist. We see them as objectively real. If they're objectively real, they should be able to be seen by the ultimate analysis. But ultimate analysis will not see them. So which means they don't exist objectively. There's no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence. For example, say no permanence. We think about say a good prime minister or good president, right? And suddenly he dies. Then everybody grieves. We want him to be permanent. We want him to last forever. This is the permanence. And annihilation, right? The bad people, we wish they disappear. They annihilate, right? And the good people, when they annihilate, then so much of pain. Good people, we want them to last eternally, permanence. Okay, so annihilation, permanence. Even these things also like dream. Coming and going, right? Okay, we came from Paris, right? Now tomorrow we are going back to Paris. Again, coming, going. So this again what marks, okay, the Christmas, we're going to Christmas holiday, I'll go for a holiday. After the holiday, then I'll come back. Again, we said coming and going. These are the two things, again, which mark our well-being, our existence, our suffering, our miseries, right? Okay, now it's the weekend. Friday evening, wow, smiles come, right? Smiles come. And then the Monday morning, smiles go away. Monday morning, what is it Monday morning like? Smile? No smile? No smile. Okay, so this says, now Monday is coming, everybody drops. Well, now Friday evening coming, everybody smiles, right? Okay, so coming, going with the people, with the time, with the space. So with this we see that again, all our the experience, happiness, miseries, They are determined by seeing the coming going as objectively real. So we see that somehow if you see the happiness, excitement, miseries, somehow they're related to seeing these 8 characteristics as objectively real. Right? Seeing these 8 characteristics objectively real. And yet, if you said these 8 characteristics, if these 8 characteristics are like dream, then we see that if we extend these to any of these 8 characteristics, that that we flung into negative emotions will stop. So no coming, no going, no separateness, no sameness. Again, separateness and sameness, so much a problem. Some say that no, we two are we two, we are not two, we are one, right? Yes, no, 2 Koreans. They say that we are not 2 different Koreans, we are 1 Korean. And Germany, they said no, we are not 2 Germany, we are 1 Germany. East West will meet, right? And then what? The Ukraine, Russia said, no, we are different, we are not same. Some say we are one, some say, no, we are not same, we are different. Tibet, China, oh, no, we are not same, we are different. Right? So like this, we see that. And again in what? In Scotland, within Scotland, some Scottish say that we are one with England. Some say, no, we are different from England. All these problems. Whether we are different or one, right? Land-wise, there's no difference. Land, even if you are one, land remains the same. Even if you're different, land remains the same. It's not that different. Land separates, is separated by water, right? If you say you're one, then the water disappears to one. No, it remains the same. Just unnecessary human thinking. Separateness, then we'll be happy. One, we'll be happy, right? What? Objective to one, objective to separate. Oh, these unnecessary problems. Right? In the dream, we are fighting that, oh, we are from the same country, we are from the different country. In the dream, right? You wake up, it's the same. Right? So all our problems are like this. So no separateness and no sameness. Sameness and separateness is just happening on the convention level. On the objective level, there's nothing really there. Okay, if this is the case, then what is all the misery? Sickness. How many want sickness? No one. Aging, death, fear, tension, depression. What is sickness? I was once very healthy, right? And then the sickness arises. You're getting it? Then the sickness arises. Okay. Then what is old age? I was once very young, and now I'm becoming old, right? Okay. This hand, it's amazing. This hand, right? When I was 7 years old, I remember it very precisely, 7 years old. Suddenly it was a sunny day, and I was just leaning my hands against the wall. It was a sunny day, maybe around the morning, 11 or 10, 11. And then suddenly I got sight of my own hand. Right, my one. It's so beautiful. The complexion, the feature. I was so fascinated with my own hand. 7 years ago. Now 50 years old. No, it is not there. It disappeared. Right? It is not that beautiful. Earlier it used to be so cute. Now it disappeared. Okay, so the same problems. So the aging. Once I was young, now you disappear. Right? You see it as objectively real disappearing. You're getting aging. Death. Once I was alive, now I'm dying, I'm disappearing. Fear. Earlier, first I was okay. Now there's a prospect that these things may come, may happen, right? Depression, tension. Okay, so all these, they're just happening. How do we see them? We see them so objectively real. So objectively real. Then the pain arises out of that. Whereas, when you subject them to ultimate analysis, you will see the reality. What's the reality? That they're empty from the object side. This is the reality that you discover. You discover this in this experience. The sickness, aging, death, all these things dissolve. On the object side, there's nothing really there. They all dissolve. Okay, it says, I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace. In the experience of emptiness, all these miseries dissolve. This peace. This is nobody taught till the Buddha Shakyamuni appeared in this earth. Nobody taught. In fact, before Buddha Shakyamuni and contemporary to Buddha Shakyamuni, these teachers, what they were teaching is, they were reinforcing the self-grasping ignorance. Rather than saying that self-grasping ignorance is mistaken, they reinforce it, saying that self exists truly, self exists autonomously, so truly, so objectively. This is what all other traditions, they were reinforcing are self-grasping ignorance. It was only the Buddha Shakyamuni who said that is the one, the belief that the self exists objectively, that is the one which creates all the miseries. It is in the history of humanity. It was the Buddha Shakyamuni who first taught that in this experience of emptiness, all this sickness, aging, death, miseries, tension, depression, fear, all dissolve. Okay, so this experience, I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, where all the miseries dissolve, mental disturbance dissolve. Mental disturbance dissolve. What's the opposite of disturbance? What is the opposite of disturbance? What is the opposite of disturbance? Peace. Who taught this peace? This is absolute peace. This is the real peace. The one who taught this peace, which is freed of elaborations. What peace? In this peace, say, you are in a dream. In the dream, you met with the tigers, the lions, you met with the thieves, the burglars, you met with the earthquake and so forth. Right? All these problems, one after the other, one after the other, and then you wake up. All these many details of the dreams, where did they go? Where did they all go? All these details of the dream, where did they go? When you wake up, they all disappear. You're getting it? They all disappear. All these details are known as the elaborations. They all disappear when you wake up. Likewise, all the miseries that we see as detailed, elaborative details of the sufferings, the moment you subject them to ultimate analysis, they will all disappear. This is known as the one who taught this peace. This peace is the nirvana. This peace, which is freed of elaborations. You're getting it? You wake up, and then all what you dreamt the dream, they dissolve. You realize they're all just coming from your mind. Likewise, when you wake up from the sleep of self-grasping ignorance, you see that all the elaborations will dissolve. Okay, this is extremely important. And it says that the supreme among all teachers. Why Buddha Shakyamuni is supreme? Because what I want the all miseries to stop. Whoever is able to teach this is the supreme teacher. In the history of humanity, who taught this? Only the Buddha Shakyamuni taught this. So therefore, the Buddha Shakyamuni is the supreme of all the teachers. Okay, this is very precious. Okay.
In the Heart Sutra, it says, in emptiness there is no this, no that, no this, no that. Here it says, in dependent origination there is no this, no that.
So the point is, in dependent origination, meaning what is dependent originated? Emptiness and dependent origination, these are the two sides of the same coin. What you see is dependent originated, they are empty of objective existence. So, arising, ceasing, permanence, annihilation, they are all empty of objectivity because they are dependent originated. You're getting it? Okay. The next stanza. The next stanza is a huge summary. It's like the summary of like 9 years study which the monastic university, which the monastic scholars, they do for like 9 years. So this is summary, right? Okay, to understand this stanza, by the way, how many of you say this stanza? Perhaps in Kalachakra Center you say this stanza? Yendu Shiva Sonam Gueshe, you know? You don't say this. Huh? Okay, this stanza is very commonly said in the Tibetan tradition, meaning before any teachings of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. This stanza has always been said, right? So we have the Tibetan as well as the English. So I'll explain this English, and this is a very auspicious for us. This is like the summary of what the monastic scholars they study for like 9 years, rigorously memorizing the text, debating, reflecting, meditating, right? So you are getting the summary in 2 minutes, right? Which the monastic scholars they spend like 9 years, almost like say 10-12 hours a day, 9 years, and we are getting it in 2 minutes. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, the point is that here, so this text was written by Arimathea. The text is known as the Ornament of Clear Realization. Okay. In the Abhisamaya Alankara in Sanskrit. Abhisamaya Alankara. Okay. Here, this is the word of salutation of this text. This text is not a huge text, but it's condensed, very condensed. It's the condensed version of the whole sutra of the teachings, the teachings of the Buddha, condensed version. So here, the Arimathea made prostration to three mothers. So it says, prostrate to the mothers. Right? Okay, this is, you won't understand it. You see this, okay, this is a book there. No, you won't understand how much toil that I went through, how much difficulty that I went through. Because the same, I prostrate to the mothers. This I corrected it 3 or 4 times. How? I wrote, I prostrate to the mothers. Right? It's not mine, it's the Arimathea wrote, I prostrate to the mothers, and my editor. Mother cannot be mothers. There's only one mother. It's Kishila's typo. Deleted S. Again, I saw again it's mother. I said no, it should be mothers. Again, I wrote it back. Again, the next editor comes. Yeah. Again, Kishila must have been mistaken. There's one person cannot do 2 mothers, 1 mother. Again, it did. Like 3 times happened. The new book comes again, no S. The new edition comes again, no S. Again, I have to say no, please S. Right? But then I thought it was there. The next book again is not there. I said, why? Because mother is only one mother, only no 2 mothers. No, it's mothers. Right? Okay, these are the problems that I'm going through. Right? Or you have no clue as to what kind of toil that I was going through. Okay, so the point is that the Arimathea in this text was making salutation to the 3 mothers. You getting it? Okay. These mothers are metaphorical, not real mothers. They are metaphorical mothers. Now, from this, we will learn where to show respect. Right? Where to show respect. Right? Oh, what Rinpoche, what this, what that, seeing that as a no. This is how we should know what's the real dharma. These will tell us thus far what the real dharma. Make prostrations not for somebody who performed miracles, not for somebody who performed rituals. No, I said I prostrate to the mothers, metaphorical mothers. Just as a mother is so precious to give rise to you, to give rise to your happiness. So there are 3 metaphorical mothers who are so precious, which deserve to be prostrated, which deserve us to make prostrations, show respect to. What are the 3 mothers? Same, there are three kinds of practitioners. Let's say there are three kinds of beings. Beings who really seek deeper meaning of one's life. There are three beings. Okay, who are they? One, who seek personal liberation. Number two, the Bodhisattvas. Number three, the Buddhas. You're getting it? So these three beings are the beings who look for meanings for one's life, or who acquired meaning for one's life. Who either look for meaning to one's life, or who acquired meaning. Who give meaning, who acquired meaning to one's life. Three beings. Who are they? Who seek personal liberation, and Bodhisattvas, and the Buddha, the three beings. Okay, the three beings, and what are the aims? There are three aims. Then, what makes them to accomplish these three aims? You getting it? What makes them to accomplish these three aims? So, say for a child, right? For a child, I want to go to school. Then the mother makes sure that yes, you go to school, right? School fees, and everything. The mother makes sure that it is there, and the child is to the school intended, right? What the child wants, the mother gives. Likewise, these three beings, they have three different aspirations, and what gives these three beings the aspirations? They are known as the three mothers. Three mothers, right? So what gives what are the three aspirations? For the personal liberation seekers, what is the aspiration? Nirvana. Nirvana. Absolute peace. And for the Bodhisattvas, the aspiration is to guide the beings. Give guidance to the beings. And for the Buddha's aspiration is to turn the wheel of Dharma. You're getting it? There are three different aspirations. So now, these three beings, they're able to accomplish their aspirations by dependence on three mothers. These mothers are not the real mothers, they are the metaphorical mothers. Meaning, they own mental qualities. They own mental qualities which are so precious, which make them to accomplish their goal. You getting it? Okay, so those who seek personal liberation seekers, there are two: Shravakas and Pratik Buddhas. Shravakas in English, hearers. In French, auditeurs. And then the Pratik Buddhas in English, solitary realizers. In French, realizers solitaire. Right? Okay. So we see that these two fall under one category and represented by hearers, the Shravakas. So Shravaka is explicitly mentioned here, and Pratik Buddhas are implicitly mentioned. You're getting it? So all these solitary, the personal liberation seekers are in this category, the first. So their goal is what? Absolute peace, nirvana. And the Bodhisattva's goal is to guide the beings. To guide the beings. And the Buddha's goal is to turn the wheel of Dharma. You're getting it? So there are three goals and the three beings. Three beings, the three goals. What helps the three beings to achieve their goals, respective goals, are referred to as the mothers. Just as a mother, for example, say, Kabir Singh likes to say the Kabir Singh's son, right? He likes to have a chocolate. Kabir Singh makes sure that he gets the chocolate. I don't know whether he gives. Right? Chocolate may harm him. Okay, let's see. What he wants, the mother gives. Make sure that. Likewise, say the three metaphorical mothers. They are nothing, no external mothers. They are the qualities, mental qualities. So therefore, the real dharma, real prostration, real salutation to be made to the metal qualities, not just on the ranks and so forth. You're getting it? Metal qualities. This is so precious, so precious. Okay. So for the Shravakas, hearers, what makes to achieve the personal liberation is known as the knower of the all. Metal quality, which is known as the knower of the all. Knower of the all meaning not to know all, to know all the Four Noble Truths, to know the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths. All 16 attributes. Knower of the all attributes, all 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths, in detailed explanation, in greater detail, we have to know that in the form of 16 attributes. So the knower of the all 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths. When you know this will take you to Nirvana, personal liberation, right? So, what is the mother? What is the metaphorical mother for the personal liberation seekers? Knower of all. Knower of all. You're getting it? Now tell me, the Bodhisattvas, what is their goal? What is their aspiration? To guide beings. To guide beings, guide means they have to show the path. They have to show the path. To show the path, they have to know the paths. Right? So for the Bodhisattvas, the metaphorical mother is the knower of the paths. Knower of the paths. Knower of the paths. So for the Bodhisattvas, with the help of the metaphorical mother, the knower of the paths, they achieve the goal of guiding the beings. Okay. Now, number third. What is the third being? Buddhas. Buddhas, what is their aspiration? To turn the wheel of Dharma. Buddhas, the goal is to turn the wheel of Dharma, and the metaphorical mother which helps the Buddhas to turn the wheel of Dharma is the omniscient mind. Omniscient mind. Right? So for the Buddha, with the metaphorical mother, the omniscient mind helps them to turn the wheel of Dharma. Okay, so therefore, Shravakas, they are so great. Bodhisattvas are so great, and Buddhas are so great. Why they become so great? Because of the three mothers. Because they accomplish the deeds with the help of the three mothers. So the three mothers become so great. Without the three mothers, they cannot become great. So the prostration was made to the three mothers, metaphorical three mothers. So tell me, what are the three mothers now? Starting from the Shravakas to the Buddha. What are the three mothers? Knower of the all, knower of the path, and the knower of the omniscience, or the omniscience. Omniscience? Okay. Okay, with this now, let's see. I'll read this and see if you understand it. I'll prostrate to the mothers. Mothers was the three mothers. Of the hearers. Hearers meaning person, the explicitly hearers mentioned. Implicitly, solid realizers mentioned. Hearers, Bodhisattvas and Buddha. So this indicates one, the three beings. Who through the knowledge of all is the mother, metaphorical mother. This metaphor mother leads hearers seeking pacification to complete peace. The being is the hearers, and the goal is seeking complete peace. That is the goal. So the being, and the goal, and the mother, all three are mentioned here. Number two, who through the knowledge of path is the metaphorical mother, causes those helping migrators. Those helping migrators are who are those helping migrators? Bodhisattvas, the being, to achieve the aims of the world. To achieve the aims of the world, this is the aim, this is the goal of the Bodhisattvas, to benefit the beings. Then number three, and who through the possession of omniscience, the metaphorical mother of omniscience, helps subduers, the Buddhas. Subduers from the Buddhas expound a variety of teachings to turn the wheel of Dharma. You getting it? So there are the three beings, then the three goals, and the three mothers which help the three beings to achieve their three goals. You getting it? This is the essence. So this text, Abhisamalankara, it has 8 chapters. 8 chapters are dedicated to explain what these three mothers are. Right? This is the essence of the Dharma. Okay, this is so precious. Okay. Then The next one, I think we did it. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teachers who guide and protected to make prostrations. We're done with this, right? We're done with this. Okay. Okay, next we'll do this. So the one who is transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to better the sentient beings, the teachers who guard and protect her to your prostrations. This stanza was said by Acharya Dignaga in 6th century AD, right? And the next stanza, the one, okay, anyway, all these footnotes are there. Say it says the teachers who guard and protect to your prostrations. Number 6. And note number 6, right?
7.
So,
7.
No, number 6, up 1 is number 6, down is number 7. You're getting it? So these are the footnotes to indicate who taught, who said these stanzas. The next stanza was said by the next stanza, which says, the one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and profound, who eternally shines for the forever noble light rays, to you the Buddha make prostrations. So this is a stanza said by Acharya Dharmakirti. Right? Okay. So I'll quickly explain this. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations, meaning that, okay, this can be interpreted from the lower school's point of view as well as from the Prasangika point of view. Although Acharya Dharmakirti say whether or not he is Prasangika or he is following the lower schools, we are not too sure. Okay, tell me. Say if somebody asks you, right, you know Acharya Dharmakirti's text so well. Imagine, you know Acharya Dharmakirti's text so well. Right? If somebody asks you, and you have to speak you don't speak emotionally, speak very objectively. Say, Acharya Dharmakirti, why I'm saying this is for us to be objective. This is the point. So for us to be very objective, only if we are objective in our approach, then we can see that the emptiness very clearly. Otherwise, we are not objective. We can easily be swayed by being very emotional, easily become emotional, right? Then you will not see emptiness. We should be very objective, right? So being very objective, and tell me, is somebody asks you, Acharya Dharmakirti, you expert in Acharya Dharmakirti. So Acharya Dharmakirti, was he following Prasangika philosophy or the lower school's philosophy? What is your answer? Huh? No. My question, there are two questions. One question is whether or not it matters for us to know whether he follows Prasangika or not. Then the answer is it doesn't matter. My question is which school he was following. Prasangika or the lower schools? Which school he was following?
Lower schools.
Huh?
I think lower schools.
Some people may say that he is highly enlightened, right? So for sure he is following the Prasangika. Some may say like this, becoming very emotional, right? Okay. Some may say that, I studied his text and he only taught about the Sautantra school, so he is following Sautantra school. Or, no. In chapter 3, Pramanavartika, 4 chapters. Chapter 1 is more close towards the Sautantra school. Chapter 2 is Sautantra school, same. Yet, very important for Prasangika also. Chapter 3 is exclusively Chittamantra school. If you have not studied chapter 3, you think that he was following Sautantra school because you read the chapter 1. You read chapter 3, you see that, although he wrote about Sautantra school in detail in chapter 1, but he also explained Chittamantra school so well in chapter 3. Right? What is his own philosophy? I cannot be too sure. Because he is so expert in both the tradition, and Madhyamika we never know. Right? The text, because his time, the Madhyamika texts are available. Like Aranyagahajana's texts are available, and all these big commentaries available. Right? So he might not have found the need to write on these. But Chittamatra, he might have felt that requires more explanation. right? So therefore, we can say that I'm not too sure, right? Okay. So the point is that now let me explain this. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualization. Okay, the conceptualizations of the afflictions. Conceptualization in the form of the afflictions. Web, meaning multiple afflictions, has already eliminated. Who is that? The Buddha. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualization. Right? Okay. So which means that this is the Buddha's quality of the Buddha's mind. The Buddha's mind is free of all the mental defilements. You're getting it? So tell me, Buddha's mind, quality of the Buddha's mind of having abandoned the mental defilements. What is that Buddha? What is that body of the Buddha? Natural Dharmakaya, right? Dharmakaya. First Dharmakaya, and Dhyan goes into more precision. Thank you. Right? It's even better. So that's the Dharmakaya. Then the next says, and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound. Right? Vast and the profound. Okay. So, with this Dharmakaya, then what happens? Then he manifests himself in the form of Sambhokaya, which is marked as a profound Sambhokaya. And then from the Sambhokaya, he manifests himself in the form of Nirmanakaya, which is vast, innumerable manifestations of Nirmanakaya. So the vast and the profound indicating the Rupakaya, the form body. Form body. The first one, eliminated the web of conceptualization, indicating the Dharmakaya. And then endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and profound, indicating the Rupakaya, the two Rupakayas. Who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays. With this Dharmakaya, manifest in the form of the two Rupakayas, then the Buddha benefits the beings. So who eternally shines forth forever noble light rays. Noble light is metaphorical. Shines forth the noble light rays, meaning noble light rays of the beneficial deeds for the sentient beings. With the Dharmakaya manifest in the form of the two bodies, Rupakayas. With the two Rupakayas, then he shines for the light to benefit all sentient beings. So, line 3 is the Buddha's deeds, Buddha's activities, divine activity. Who is that? To you, the Buddha, I'm in prostration. So you're getting it very profound, very profound. So from this you will come to know what's the real Dharma. You're getting it? Okay, some people, right, knowing all these things so well, right, they will prostrate to what kind of people? Some people, one kind of person, after knowing all these things so well, what the Dharma is so well, they will not prostrate to other people very easily. For these people, it doesn't matter whether you have label or not, whether you have Gueshe, whether you are Rinpoche, no Rinpoche, it doesn't matter, right? Even if you are considered nothing, no Gueshe, no Rinpoche, whatever, right? If the person sees that you have a profound compassion inside, because the Buddha is praised for his compassion. If you're really practicing compassion, right? Person will surrender and respect you, show respect. Otherwise, with whatever label, if this is missing, they will not prostrate to you. Because they know the Dharma so well, number one. Number two, they will see, even if you don't have any labels of these things, say the Gueshe, Rinpoche, Khenpo, whatever, even if you don't have these labels, still, if your understanding of emptiness is very profound through discussion, the person can sense it. They will respect you. Right? To others, whatever label, they will not respect anything unless and until you have these two qualities. You're getting it? So this is how these people who are very, very, very learned people, their style of showing respect to others. It's not that They're angry towards you if you don't have these two. No, they feel compassionate. Even if you are Gueshe or even if you are Rinpoche, whatever, if you don't have these two, they will feel compassionate towards you. Whereas if you have these two things, even if you don't have any labels, if you have these two things, they will surrender, they will respect to you, they will prostrate to you, right? This is how the brilliant people like Acharya Dharmika, they make prostration. To you, the Buddha, I make prostrations. For what? Not for performing miracles, not for having the status that he is a prince, but for his having eliminated mental defilements and for having being able to benefit the sentient beings, right? Through all these manifestations, being able to benefit the beings, that is the person to whom I make prostrations. Okay, and then next we'll stop here then. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate my full awakening for the benefit of sentient beings. Again, look, this is a real dharma. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence. So what I'm inspired of by you, the Buddha, is not your miracles, is your wisdom and compassion. These two things inspire me, because what I want is I don't want to just see a entity. The whole my life is not for to attend the entertainment of a miracle, right? Oh, today there's a miracle by the Buddha, so we buy a ticket, right? We buy a ticket, we get a ticket, and then we go to the entertainment. Oh wow, miracle! No, this is not my goal is that my fear should get away, my happiness should multiply. These two things happen. These two things happen. How the fear dissolves? Because the wisdom. How the happiness? How I'm enriched with happiness? Compassion. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening. Generate the mind of full awakening. What is that? Generate the mind of full awakening. What is that? Bodhicitta. For the benefit of all sentient beings. This is dharma. You're getting it? Okay, we'll stop here. Tiyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha Tiyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha Tiyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha Tiyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha. Okay, 3 prostrations.